National Football League.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, where the sound of the big red siren signals it is time for football. Tonight on this fine Thursday night, we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Arizona Cardinals. About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night primetime. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. Commanding the offense will be the highly touted USC product, Sam Darnold.
And I know that last year in 2024, New York Jets fans were watching him and saying, that's the guy we thought we were going to get. But he found his groove in Minnesota, finishing the top 5 in passing yards and touchdowns last year. Now in Seattle, ready to prove that last season was no fluke.
Darnold going to throw right away. He finds Smith and Jigba. Still on his feet. Inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Jackson Smith and Jigba. 75 yards. And the Seahawks put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Wow, first play in the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. A beautiful fake. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here come the Cardinals, and it is Kyler Murray from Oklahoma who leads him out.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away because they have a lot of confidence in their talent too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it, but otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense, get things going, and see how things settle in.
First carry for James Conner. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Murray. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Following the play here, now we've got an injury. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Murray. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go, shh.
There is a hush indeed.
Blake
Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And his throw is incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. The shotgun snap for Darnold. He finds his man, complete. It's Horton. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
3rd and long always tilts to the defense. And I just remember as a player how many times it was hammered into my head. Know where the sticks are and get him down in front of it. But sometimes what happens is you worry about where that is much more than the person who has the ball. And on that play, they didn't have enough focus on him. And somehow he turned a short pass into a 1st down.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Give him 32 on the play.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
What a first quarter he's been putting together. He scored the touchdown earlier, and he's in phase right out of the gate. Right now, he's playing with such confidence, he doesn't believe that they have an answer for him no matter what they do on defense. And here's another big play to prove his point.
A play fake, and it's Darnold to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Now it's Darnold. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Baron Browning. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Darnold now to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. That's the NFL vet Calais Campbell coming in and dragging him down.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on fourth down. It's Jason Myers. And this a 39-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early two-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. They juked him. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. From the gun, Murray. Open man is Marvin Harrison Jr. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Incomplete on the throw. Devin Witherspoon on the coverage.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
That's good for a Cardinals. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
It's a
gain there of 21 yards.
That's another Cardinals.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Murray going to throw. Screen pass to Connor. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him 9 yards on the 2nd down screen play.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled them a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
from the gun on third down. Murray. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time.
Well, we've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
So on fourth down, out comes Chad Ryland for the Arizona field goal. This a 33-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Chad Ryland to kick
So
off
after the
for
field goal,
Arizona.
Ryland back out as he'll send this one away. Dances by him. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yeah,
Run what
put
you
your
do
foot on
best.
the gas.
Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
11 yards for number 11.
A gain of 11 on the play. And the Seahawks first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Walker. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Darnold. There's a short one caught by Arroyo.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away.
And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
That was an okay hookup there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Darnold from the gun. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big play there on the catch and run. 34 yards.
Boy, they've definitely come out of the gate smoking here in the first quarter. Whatever they've tried to run has worked, and there's another example right there. Game plan is one thing, but how about his accuracy? It's been exceptional.
Here's Darnold. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
After the run, now Darnold to throw. And that is incomplete. Now they're staring at a fourth down as Arizona's defense does its job.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
The Seahawks field goal. A 36-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. Well, good start for him in this one here in the first quarter, and he's now 2 for 2 on field goals.
And I know while the offensive coaches are telling their guys, hey, let's leave the kicker out of it unless it's an extra point, this could pay dividends if this game is tight down the stretch. His confidence is going to be sky high if they need him for a big-time kick.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The football going back over to Arizona now. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Toss play, Connor. And he stopped immediately there. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
One of the toughest things for an offensive lineman to learn is the ability to get in space and hit people who are moving targets. And linebackers are not easy ones to hit because they know how to move, juke, and make you miss. And that's exactly what he did on that play. A nice play for the defense.
Tough spot here. 3rd down and 11.
To throw, it's Murray. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
Blake Gillikin on to punt here as he'll send this one away.
Yards on the punt, 2 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker set to take over once more. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 8.
Faking the give, Darnold. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Baron Browning, his 2nd sack of the night. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped out, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center.
We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on 3rd downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on 4th down to punt this one away. Greg George deep for Arizona. That's pulled in at the 32. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. That throw right side here going to be incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Here's Murray. A short one here, caught by McBride. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense.
And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Here's Blake Gillikin now.
Formation for the Cardinals.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
He's got a man. It's his fullback. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and a yard. Back to throw, Darnold. And he's got Smith and Jigba. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals 18. A very solid gain of 27.
And the Seahawks first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Here's Darnold. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
Well, how about this? A fistful of sacks already. We're not even out of the 1st quarter yet. What an incredible start for this defense. If they keep this pace up, they could be looking at an all-time performance.
We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. Myers' kick is good, and the lead stretches 16-3 now. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. Shifts by him. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Arizona's offense back out and ready to go. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Right back to Connor here on 1st. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Ernest Jones there for the tackle.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
Play fake. Murray rolling to his left. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a 1st down.
Murray a give. This is Conner. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Conner. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. James Conner, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Cards are back within a score. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up. Meaning, when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. And each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Chad Ryland now to add the PAT. And it's up. This is good, and it makes it a 16-10 game now. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark. Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Seahawks offense and Sam Darnold headed back out there. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
That was an example of excellent defense there. They stumped him. So now he brings up a 3rd down situation. If I'm calling plays here, I make sure I put it in the hands of my quarterback and get it to a receiver real fast. I'm not running the ball here.
There's a short one caught by Arroyo. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, He joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
To throw is Darnold. Connecting with Kupp here on the out route. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 more yards there and another first down.
First down, Seattle.
Now Darnold. Looking for Cooper Kupp again, 2 in a row. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Horton. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Cardinals' 8-yard line.
Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2. Straight ahead, Walker.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Ball start. Offense.
That flag that'll push him back 5.
Still 3rd down.
Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. A shotgun snap for Darnold. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. And this one will be a 29-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good. And that will make this a 9-point lead. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away.
Able to slither by. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. James Conner and the Cardinal offense ready to get back to work.
And he had a short touchdown run last series, 4 carries, good yardage as well. Pretty good all around, really, Charles.
It was, because think of the drive that created all of that, right? The ability to carry the football, the ability to see holes that were created for him, even able to pat the wide receivers on the back and say, thanks, guys, for the help, and finishes it off with that short touchdown run. I can't wait to see what they do in the next drive and the next series, because I want to see how the defense adjusts.
To throw is Murray. Throwing quickly to Wilson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And maybe that touchdown on the previous drive has re-energized this offense a little bit. They've been kind of sluggish until then, but they're showing signs of life here, and they get good yardage that time and a first down.
Throwing now is Murray. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Second down and a yard. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Yeah, you only get a 1-yard buffer there from the line of scrimmage, and he got downfield a little too far, and the flag came out. Murray now to throw. Flush to his right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
Here's Murray. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
2nd and 10. Now Murray. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Murray going to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Looking to put a drive together. Play action. It's Darnold. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Brings it up just shy of the 25. Showed some of that quickness there on the move. So 8 yards on the completion there. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Off of play action, Darnold. He finds Smith-Njigba. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 34.
First down, Seahawks.
Well, they've looked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively, just too hard to keep him under wraps, and delivers a big play here for this offense.
Going right back to Smith-Njigba. And he's taken down inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
First down, Seattle.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
2nd down and 8. Now it's Darnold. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down. With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
Out of the gun, Walker with it. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Now 2nd and 9. On the toss to Charbonnet. And he is going to lose yardage here. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
The Seahawks on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 11. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
You know, in boxing, they throw in the towel. In this case, you just kind of wave the white flag, and you think to yourself, if he could just get past that initial wave, he's got a chance to get free. But that screen, it was going nowhere from the start. It forces a 4th down.
So on 4th down, here's Jason Myers for the Seahawk field goal. That's just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. Gets around him. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
50 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
From the 41, this is 2nd and a yard. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Facing 2nd and short, that gives you a chance to go for a bigger play through the air. But I think he said to himself, why not just handle this one? Got all the yards he needed and then some, and made that snap a huge success.
Connor up the middle. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Bryant makes the stop on that one.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. 2nd and 9. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Screen pass to Connor. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42.
Taken down.
So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. To the sideline and incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And that'll skip out of bounds inside the 20 at the 17-yard line. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Here's Darnold. There's a short one caught by Arroyo. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And it'll be 2nd and a couple.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. And this will be a Seahawks first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh, my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Darnold now to throw. There's a short one caught by Arroyo. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 more on that one and another first down. With that last completion, CDs now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group more than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, it wouldn't shock me at all to see them take another deep shot.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Throwing again is Darnold. Over the middle, that's held in by Cobb. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one goes for 24 yards. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Myers' kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
A final shot before half from Murray. A short one here, caught by McBride. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the second half. It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the third quarter. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Now, that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum, or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top, or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on third down.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. An excellent run of 22 yards on the keeper and also a first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it. Most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
A gain of 3, second down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety, being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's third down.
Oh, it's
time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Here's Murray. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. Here's Walker to start the drive. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
That first down run could not have turned out worse for a defense, because when they came out on the field, their #1 mission, keep them stacked up close to their goal line, and at worst, create great field position for their offense.
Back to throw, Darnold. Out right to Smith-Njigba. He's got another first down, and he's also just a few yards short of 200 for the ball game.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Up the middle, here's Walker. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Darnold. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
Faking the give, Darnold. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
Here's Darnold. Walker with a grab, left side. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 58 yards.
Where's the contain there? And yes, that's a question, because that was just a simple drop-off. But he hits the Jets, and all of a sudden, the seas part in front of him. A huge result there to flip the field and what was a fairly innocuous play call.
On 1st and 10, it's Charbonnet. Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right of the yard.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Now a run with Walker. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, That would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. And he's got his man in stride, complete. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it's 2nd and goal.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Cooper Kupp from 6 yards away. And the Seahawks drive the entire length of the field, 99 yards for the score.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive.
And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes.
DeMarcus Lawrence able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Murray now.
And this will be swung out here for Connor.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
To throw is Murray.
Through the middle of the field. Inside the 20.
And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
That's good for a Cardinals 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
And this is a rarity in the NFL, a 100-yard game on the ground for a quarterback. Even as those passers get more athletic and mobile, we only see about 5 of these a season. Takes a special set of circumstances for it to happen, and of course, a special player.
They'll toss this out right for Connor. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I like the call.
4 yards
Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
To throw, it's Murray. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kyler Murray, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals are able to cut into that deficit.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
Jonathan Gannon making the call. They'll line up to go for 2.
The Cardinals will line up.
Connor going to try and run it. And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful.
Seahawks 32, Cardinals 18.
Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass. So you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. And able to get this out to the 25. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. To throw is Darnold. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 down at the 31. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, so nowhere to turn here, he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go. Now Darnold. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Elijah Arroyo, 37 yards. And the Seahawks have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Now Myers for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Gets past one man. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
It's Connor as they stay on the ground. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. From the 24 now, here's a 2nd down and 9. Murray now to throw. And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Murray. Looking downfield for Jones. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. The Seahawks offense had Cooper Kupp making their way back out. And you see the numbers for him into this 3rd quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open throughout. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Play action. It's Darnold. It's caught inside the 25. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 58 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
First down, Seahawks.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. A quick throw there is incomplete.
I had to do a double take on that one, Brandon, because so far in this game, we haven't seen many of his passes fall incomplete.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up.
Off of play action, Darnold. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
Jason Myers on for the field goal. A 32-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Only 3 points there, but yeah, I got to think at this point in the 3rd quarter, that's all you're really looking for.
And right now the lead is 3 touchdowns and 3 two-point conversions. So you and I both know a huge order for the best of teams. And from what we've seen so far, hard to believe that that's a likely scenario. 3 two-point conversions? That's difficult.
Jason
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field.
They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Throwing now is Murray. He'll get this to Connor underneath.
Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
They run behind center with Connor. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. A loss
loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher, 3rd and 6.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Murray. And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. A 45-yard punt for there on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 65 yards rushing for him now to this point.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Now it's Darnold. There's a short one caught by Arroyo. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be 2nd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns. And it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know.
Oh, a first mistake for him in the ballgame as it's intercepted. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Now this D, particularly the secondary, has been picked apart in points here tonight. They finally, though, get to the quarterback, get a pick.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight, loves being the center of attention. I will bet you that he ran off the field almost chuckling to himself. They finally got one. They finally got me.
from the gun, a give to counter. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Connor. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Shotgun now for Murray. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
And that last run is going to set a new NFL record. Most rush yards in a single game by a quarterback, surpassing Justin Fields, who had 178 in 2022 in a ball game. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Murray going to throw. Catch made right side by Wilson. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Now 2nd and 3.
Here's a handoff to Connor. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against them throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Murray's got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Looking to put a drive together.
Hands it to Walker to begin the series.
And he'll be taken down at the 18.
70 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. 9 yards that time.
1st down, Seattle.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game. And that continued with that 1st down run.
And this will be a Seahawks first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line.
The 37-yard line. A gain of 11 on the play. And the Seahawks first down.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
And his carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Yeah, good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's third down.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. We'll get that to Charbonnet.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line.
They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up fourth down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
The Cardinals offense and Kyler Murray headed back out onto the field. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Here's Murray. Able to get this one to McBride. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. And those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where, as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up second down.
44-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Murray. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
These are running back numbers that he's accumulating right now. We see double-digit carries and has rewarded them by breaking the century mark in rushing, in addition to what he's done through the air.
Definitely MVP caliber football we're witnessing.
From the gun, Murray. And this one is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Murray. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Back to throw. Murray. Screen pass to Connor. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. This will wind up a loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not one bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
Murray sets to throw on 4th. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great effort there. 36 yards. And the Cardinals' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And, well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play.
He's got it. So they convert to 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game.
Cardinals 26.
Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed.
Back to throw, Darnold.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback, because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
Faking the give, Darnold. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line. The Cardinal offense takes back over. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. They'll start out here with the option left. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
That one a first down pickup of 8. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agree. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Back to throw now on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That is incomplete.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Murray now. Over the middle, complete. It's Connor. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Now Murray again. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
A great job there, and that old cliche, taking what the defense gives you, comes right into play. Nothing too out of the ordinary about the throw. Just a little dump off over the middle. But what is out of the ordinary is what he did with it after the catch. Not only did he grab the ball, but how about the significant yardage he picked up after he pulled it in.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Short one here, caught by McBride.
It's not quibble about the game there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
A big play here. 3rd and 2. Again, they'll throw in Murray. And the ball is knocked out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. From the gun, it's Walker. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, and that should just about do it. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. We'll see if the defense wants to stop it as they take the knee.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.
Jason Myers.
Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Primetime. Well, they're going to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Cardinals making their way out, and it's the #1 overall pick in 2019, Kyler Murray at the helm.
And when you watch him play, all you think about is how dynamic he is. He can beat you with his arm and his legs. Threw for over 20 touchdowns for the first time since 2021. Fully healed from a knee injury a couple of seasons ago. He's got his team thinking big in 2025.
First carry for James Conner. And he's able to plow forward out to about the 29, just shy of the 30. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
To throw is Murray. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
That's good for a Cardinals first down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
On first and 10 is Connor. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
They'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 28. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right, you're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too. We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
Connor going to get it again on second down. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line.
A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
He will push his way down to about the 14. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is third down. To throw, it's Murray.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown.
Michael Wilson,
a 16-yard touchdown.
And the Cardinals will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Chad Ryland now to add the PAT.
And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. That time a 9-play drive. And it winds up at a touchdown for Arizona.
So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession.
Under center will be the Southern California native standing at 6'4", Sam Darnold.
And the thing with Sam Darnold is we know the skill set is there. May not be the most mobile or strongest arm quarterback in the league, but usually plays with really good poise and at his best, like a point guard in basketball, able to move around and distribute the rock.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
A gain of 11 on the play. And a Seahawks, first down.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Darnold now to throw. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. That one a first down pickup of 8.
8-yard pickup.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Off of play action, Darnold. He gets this into the hands of Kupp once again. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the Cardinals' 42-yard line.
Here's Darnold. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. To throw is Darnold. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut to take care of the end of this drive.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, but sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
7 yards there and a first down. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Now it's Darnold. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Darnold from the gun. That's down the field. He's got Arroyo. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Elijah Arroyo. 31 yards. And the Seahawks are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Jason Myers now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Oh, what a move. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
The drive will start with Connor. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Murray now to throw. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Over the middle, Harrison. And he is going to have the Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good for a Cardinals first down.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
Murray again. This is Connor. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
First down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Right back to Connor here on 1st. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And down inside the 40 to about the 38.
49 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. They call it a loss of a yard there. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Because his primary job is defending against the pass. You don't often see a cornerback making tackles in the backfield, but he's playing run all the way here.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Darnold. That's taken in by Arroyo. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
3rd and 12.
Now Darnold. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
First down, Seahawks.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. What's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
2nd and 10. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It was Josh Sweat who got him down on the defensive side.
Cardinals 45-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. Open man right side is cut, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 17-yard line. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And they'll get to him just inside the 15 even after that strong run we witnessed. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I think that run gives us evidence that the defense is getting a little bit tired out there. They've been out in the field for a long time, and that last run, they just cut right through them.
2nd and 6. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
Darnold a sneak. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
At the 7-yard line.
(7-7) our score after 1. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Back to throw, Darnold.
That's to the pylon and incomplete.
And down here, 1st and goal, if it's not there, don't force it. You've got at least 2, if not 3 more shots at it. So that's a wise move to get rid of it.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Straight ahead, Walker. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Touchdown, Seahawks. From 3 yards out. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, yeah, give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 14-7. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at about the 32.
And they'll begin by running the option.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. Catch made right side by Wilson. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker, that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
Oh, good move. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Yeah, we will get another look at Seattle's offense. Now, their last 2 drives, both ending in touchdowns. It's gotten them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap, allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
A big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row.
Here's Walker to start the drive.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Anytime you hear the term an explosive run, most teams I know define that as any run over 10 yards, and they got that and more. How about a lot of credit for the big guys up front? That offensive line firing out, creating plenty of space, and a big run ensued.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 26 big yards on that one. It's another first down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
So from the 26-yard line, here's second and a yard. Play action. It's Darnold. He finds Smith and Jigba. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10. On the counter, it's Walker. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
This is second and 8. Sticking with Walker on second down. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Darnold. Fighting to stay upright. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to fourth down.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on fourth down. It's Jason Myers. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Myers' kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a first and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Here's Murray. A short one here, caught by McBride. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a second and 5. Here's Murray. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield, almost to the 40, before being taken down.
And the Cardinals, first down.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Connor up the middle. A little juke. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 60 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So he gets too far beyond the line, and that's an easy call for the official.
Still second down.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Kyler going to give this to Benson. Nifty move. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for. A really good change of pace back.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Connor. And he stopped immediately there. Devin Witherspoon takes him down defensively. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
And his throw here is incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play. One that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. To throw, it's Murray. And this will be swung out here for Connor. And the Cardinals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Connor going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
To throw is Murray. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. It's a sack for a loss of 4, and that brings up 3rd down and goal.
When you're this close to the goal line, you've got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. This is the most important of them all, 3rd and goal. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Kyler Murray taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Cardinals have cut it back within a score. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Seahawks take back over. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
They're going right back to Walker. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
3rd and 8. Darnold now to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st down, Seahawks.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
10 more there and another 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
There's a short one caught by Arroyo. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. That'll give him 8 that time. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
I know that halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Out of the gun, Walker with it. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. And the Seahawks 1st down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Back to Walker on 1st down. Now loose football. The ball comes out. But I believe a Seahawk was able to get a handle on this, so this will remain Seattle ball.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Here's Darnold. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Will Johnson there
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. To throw is Darnold. Throw left side complete. That's Walker. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Partner, I think they saw something there. I mean, they came from the right side deliberately, and you know there's always a designated guy who goes and blocks it, but it's the rest of his teammates that get him free.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their 38.
And they'll run the option to start the drive.
And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
7-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
2nd and 11.
Throwing now is Murray. He'll get that complete to Harrison. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals first down as well.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Murray now. Past the 20. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
A gain of 36 yards.
No shortage of impressive moments for him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
They'll fake it to counter. Now Murray.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Murray going to throw. That ball caught by Harrison. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
Harrison Jr. 16 yards on the play. It's now 3rd down.
A final shot before half from Murray. And he's going to go down. So they pass up the field goal attempt to go for 6, but as a result, they leave points on the field, and that's going to do it for this first half.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. This has been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up, put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the third quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this
this third quarter. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Third quarter begins with a run by Walker. Nowhere to go that time. Might have got the yard up to the 25.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From the 25, here's a 2nd and 9. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Now it's Darnold. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll start the drive with a give to counter. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
No gain on the play.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
At the 34-yard line.
Murray now running right on the option. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. That 2nd down play nets a -4. Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Here's Horton. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. Here come the Seahawks now set to take over on offense. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Smith and Jigba with the grab. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Here's Darnold. That is caught. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 21. A gain of 22.
1st down, Seattle.
They go with the empty set there. 5 receivers in the formation. Normally, you want to have a running back in to block, but in this case, he's lined up to the right, and he ends up getting the football. A lot of confusion caused defensively, and it turns into a big play.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's a nice job there, foiling what all offenses try to do, which is control the defensive end in the running game. They want to get to the outside, and if he keeps himself free, stays on his feet, he can make a play just as he did there.
Now Darnold. That's down the field. He's got Arroyo. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. He's up to 88 yards receiving in the ballgame now, and he's got a 1st down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Here's Walker. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten him down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
That's a play to applaud because these RPOs, things happen so quickly. And that ball's out of the quarterback's hands fast. He read it and reacted and was there to hit him as the ball arrived at the receiver. Big-time read, big-time play.
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Baron Browning with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawks field goal. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. Myers' kick is good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The football going back over to Arizona now.
At their own
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
On play action, it's Murray. He's got McBride here over the middle. And that's good for a gain of 6. And now it's 3rd and 3.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That sack, it goes to Boye Mafe.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now as he's on to kick it away. That's taken on the 25. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. The Seahawks offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. Off of play action, Darnold. He finds his man, complete. It's Horton.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and inches.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Now Darnold keeps it. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
Back to throw, Darnold. Finding Walker, complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And the Seahawks first down.
Yeah, big play there. And when you have a running back that you can use like a wide receiver, when he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
Darnold. Over the middle, he finds Arroyo. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
In motion goes the tight end. They'll look to throw now on first down. And complete to Smith-Njigba. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
Hey, switch!
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Zach Charbonnet. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks add 6 to their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack. And they fail on the try for 2.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go. The ball ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. On play action, they'll throw. And this will be swung out here for counter. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And it's 2nd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Well, they run the option on 2nd down.
They'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A gain of 8 and a 1st down.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the 1st down.
To throw, it's Murray. Wilson's got it complete.
Murray's pass complete to Michael Wilson. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 on the Seahawks' 49-yard line.
2nd down and a yard.
Now Connor on the toss left side. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
69 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, that means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there for a very nice game.
Now Murray off play action. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. The Cardinal passing game dialed in now. First down.
And not all spectacular catches are the result of a pass that maybe was not thrown quite right. Sometimes it's thrown in the perfect spot, and you have to just go get it. And he did that right there.
No fear there in the middle of the field. Down right around the 25. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
How about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Shotgun now from Murray. They'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one because they were prepared the whole way for him to try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he was fortunate to get what he did on that run.
Throwing now is Murray. Pass complete there to Harrison. And he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Going with their tight end on 4th. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Now the gadget play here on 4th down winds up backfiring. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. And out now come the Seahawks. Looking to put a drive together. Hands it to Walker to begin the series. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Seahawks, first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Darnold down to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Horton. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. 4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Back now here on EA Sports. Here's Darnold. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Throw left side, complete to Cup. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 111 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Ken Walker. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks have put this one to bed here in the fourth quarter.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that will make this a 19-point game.
Cardinals 14.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Arizona's offense back out and ready to go. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on fourth down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a fourth down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Ernest Jones, the linebacker, with a sack. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack as a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Here's Murray. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught inside the 15. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Marvin Harrison Jr., 78 yards. And the Cardinals have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Now Ryland for the PAT. And they're able to cut the deficit to 12. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Seahawks offense and Sam Darnold headed back out there. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football.
because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
From the 43, here's 2nd down and 7. To throw is Darnold. There's a short one caught by Arroyo. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, well, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This is 3rd and 4.
Now it's Darnold. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Jackson Smith and Jigba, 54 yards. And the Seahawks have made it a 3-score game now here in the 4th.
That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will make this a 19-point game.
And
after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Cardinals offense and Marvin Harrison Jr. headed onto the field. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been the star of the show, as they have just had absolutely no answers for him defensively. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Second and 10. Murray now to throw. A quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
And they approach this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Murray. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards.
At the 37-yard line.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. Well, left that first defender grasping at air as he winds up getting a full 8 yards on that play.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 1. They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Murray a give. This is Connor. Bulldozes past him. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 12 yards the pickup. Good enough for an Arizona first.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Murray going to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 5-yard line.
From the 5, here's 2nd and 2. Murray now. Screen pass to Connor. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. James Conner from 4 yards out. And the Cardinals get a bit closer. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept him out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Oh, it's blocked. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble lost.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The visitors' offense and Kenneth Walker set to take over once more. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Here's Walker to start the drive. Powers through it, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the 4th.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
Now Darnold. He'll get this one to Cup complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. If they continue to throw these safe passes, who can blame him?
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and a couple. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he gets it down to the 32. That one a first down pickup of 8.
32-yard line. An 8-yard pickup first down, Seahawks.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Here's Darnold. This one goes underneath to Walker. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They're throwing it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did. And remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. It'll be a loss of 5 there as the safety blitz winds up paying off. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
So on 4th down, here's Jason Myers for the Seahawk field goal. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. Myers' kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So all things considered, that's not the final nail, but it does make things exceedingly difficult now on the other side.
Yeah, because obviously now with a 16-point game, the other guys don't need just 2 touchdowns. They need a couple of 2-point conversions as well. Plus, they'll need either a turnover or an onside kick in there somewhere. So you're just adding to the list of things that need to happen in sequence. And it's going to be a pretty tall order this late in the game.
For Seattle.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Cardinals take over.
So out now come the Cardinals.
At their own 24-yard line.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
So he looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Now a 2nd and 10. To throw is Murray. Rolling to his right. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down.
19 yards. That's good for the Cardinals. 1st down.
Remember, Brandon, he ran for a touchdown earlier, so his decision to go ahead and tuck it and go again turned out to be a wise one.
And the decision is what is important here. He has made some good decisions on when to tuck it and go. Here's Murray. Escaping the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there and 2nd down.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though,
He doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
From the 45 on second down, Murray will be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
And we're definitely getting towards the point of the game where not getting a lot of yards is secondary to keeping the clock moving. I mean, to me, that's a double win defensively. Short gain and some more time off the clock.
3rd and 5. From the gun, Murray looking downfield for Jones. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Credit Julian Love with a pass breakup.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Murray's got to have this one. A short one here, caught by McBride. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. A play fake, and it's Darnold. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. A big pickup of 38.
38 yards on the play. 1st down, Seattle.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
Play action. It's Darnold. Open man is Barner to tight end. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Jason Myers for the Seahawk field goal. A 23-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
46.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Cardinals offense ready to set up shop.
They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And that one incomplete as it stops the clock, reading 18 seconds to go.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
To throw, it's Murray. Caught by Jones. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
So no shortage of offense in this game, but a very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single turnover.
That's so true, and it certainly felt like NFL football at its finest, right? You talk about the highest level from both of these offenses. Neither one of them afraid of taking risks, and both of them aggressively pushing it downfield. I did like, Brandon, how smart they were about going about their business, though. They were high flying, but they took care of the ball.
Yeah, they did. And just keeping it clean in a game like this with all these points, you don't see that very often, even at the highest level. Job well done by both sides.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.